But I have the other ones available in there.
Wait.
But
So, Luke, what are you drinking today? Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
Going to be the bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Yo! I learned my lessons from last time. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day?
I'm going to did you a favor, James. I just say, no, believe it.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like one of our drawstrings, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun. And
Woo! Yes, people, it is Sunday. This means another episode of A Drink with Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also the books and their campaigns. Because frankly, I'm kind of done with mainstream comics, mainstream entertainment. It usually sucks. And indie is where the passion is. So yes, I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend, a good Sunday. For those of you who watched yesterday, I had a unboxing stream. I had this unboxing stream planned that would last for like maybe 2.5, 3 hours because I had like 10 packages to go through. And but for some reason we were like 1 hour in. I had 4 packages done, and for some reason my internet dropped, and that usually doesn't really happen. That's very unusual, but it did. So I didn't know what was going on, and so the ending was pretty weird. And instead of rebooting it, I decided let's do the next half next week. So we will likely do the other packages next Saturday. We'll see, but I'll keep you up to date. And guys, you can still back Perfect 10, book 5, and POWERTRIP book 3. So book 2. Sorry, POWERTRIP book 2 is done. It's finished. It's printed. It's already shipped out to Critical Blast, who will distribute it in the United States. And Perfect 10 book 5 is getting closer and closer to being finished. Pow has now 3 pages left to draw. 3 pages left to draw, and then he is done. And then Thiago will ink it, and then it still needs colors and lettering. But we're getting very close. So And once all the books get printed, so once it's printed, I think we can print early January. Then everything will be shipped out to Critical Blast, and this means that I have to close at least the Fund My Comic campaign, because that has a exclusive cover that you can only get there. So I will print the amount that there are backers for, and then it's done. So once it's shipped out, it's done, guys. So if you want that exclusive cover drawn by Alan Goldman, get it within now and a few weeks, because once we start printing, it's over. Right. I saw someone in the chat with us already, Gorilla Mar. What's up, guys? Hello, Gorilla Mar. How are you? Guys, subscribe to Gorilla Mar's YouTube channel. He does like comic book reviews, usually short form. He does some long form. So go check that out. And today's campaign is Relentlessly Bullied Hero. It's on Kickstarter. The link is pinned in the chat, so you can check that out. We're going to talk about that. So let's bring on the creator. Guys, and let's have a chat about this comic, about this campaign. So may I have a very warm welcome for the guest of today, Hero DarkyDark.
Hey everyone, Hero DarkyDark here. Glad to be on.
Welcome, Hero DarkyDark. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great.
Doing great. Oh wait, where's my? Oh, there he is. Oh, Gorilla Mar gives you applause. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, you're very welcome, sir. Just keep doing reviews. We need more review channels. There were like more. I remember there were more review channels a few years back, and somehow people lose interest or they move on or whatever, and we need that. I think it's important to hear from readers what they think about our products, right?
Yeah, I always hope that there will be more, but in a sense I kind of understand, because breaking out into indie in general is hard enough, so to be a little bit harder to make reviewing them even more appealing. So I can kind of understand why there's not as much, but hey, you can always hope.
Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but then you have like people like channels that do reviews of comic books, but it's usually just the mainstream books, right? So they could mix it in with indie stuff, but it seems like two separate worlds. Either people like the mainstream, they follow the mainstream, or they like indie, and usually not much. There is some overlap. What's your experience there?
I say, I guess more days, at least when it comes to comics, I've been leaning more towards indie. So more of, I know most people probably won't consider Image indie, but I kind of do. So most of my comics just come from there, or like other actual indie creators. It's been like a while since I last bought like a mainstream comic, like I don't know, like over a year, not over a year, but like 2-3 years since I last bought.
Oh, really?
Anything from like Marvel or DC. I think the only thing I bought between then is like a single Green Lantern book, and that's just because I want a free ring with it. So.
Oh, sure, yeah. The last mainstream book, that was one that I got from. This was drawn by Mark Silvestri. The Deadly Duo. So Mark Silvestri is fantastic, man. Mike is in the chat with us. Hello, Mike. How are you today? What? I'm not allowed by Google to post. I do love big boobs. You're not?
Sound like 1987.
You're not. Oh, man. Well, anyway, I'm here, and greetings, guys. Cheers to a great drink. Yeah, we're having. Oh, this reminds me. Thank you, Mike. This reminds me. I need to ask you the first question. I can't see it, but I trust you. What are you drinking, Hero DarkyDark?
I'm currently drinking a Pepsi.
Oh, good. Me too. Right. Oh, Dr. Rhino. Of course. I expected you. I expected you, sir, Dr. Rhino, because I think that what you make, Hero DarkyDark, is right up Dr. Rhino's alley.
Oh yeah, he to him like a couple of weeks ago.
He did what?
I went on his channel like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, right. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Right. So tell us a little bit about yourself. For people watching who don't know you, you are a comic creator, but how did that start?
Well, I mean, for a lot of people, I watched like a lot of superhero media when I was younger, just the Unlimited, Status Shock, those kind of such. So like most boys, I engrossed myself into adventures, and eventually that developed into me, myself, thinking up of adventures. And then from there, it was just a slow growth till I kind of just realized, so I can just write my own. And then from there, it was just a bunch of not writing, but like research into how re-examining the things I like to find out how to structure them. And now here I am today, making comics, manga, whatever you want to put it, and putting it out there. Relatively new. My first one only came out earlier this year, but hey, I've been happy with the results, so can't wait to see where I go from here.
Yeah, this is your second book, right? You
Yes.
were here one time before, and then you just launched your first campaign. You were working on your first book. I can't really remember. But you worked pretty fast because in 1 year. That's for indie standards pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that. Though I am trying to get a little bit faster. My goal is to at least pursue to get like 3 to 4 out a year. But of course, that require me to eventually hire assistants and stuff like that to help things go faster. But hey, why not make your goals high and then see where you can go?
Sure. Right. Right. So you began to develop your own like story, or you were inspired by certain manga to make this anime.
Yeah, I've been inspired by different manga and anime with this series. One, of course, one of the bigger ones is My Hero Academia.
Right.
Beside that, there was one like One Punch Man, and then mostly shonen anime in general. So it just kind of those things kind of like help come together to help give me a feel of what I'm trying to go for. And from there, it's just other ideas I had since I was a kid or growing up. That I thought, okay, let me take all these bits and see what kind of recipes I can make with them. And then this is one of the ones that came out.
Right. And maybe we can bring up your campaign, because the art here is fantastic. I want people to see this. Share the screen, and then we go to your Kickstarter campaign. You have a Kickstarter campaign going on right now. You have 3 days left, so it's good.
Yep.
We're doing this today. The show. You have 72 backers. What's the difference between the amount of backers here and your first campaign?
Well, the difference so far is that right about where we are, well, money-wise, I already made a little bit more than I did last campaign.
All right.
So we're just about right here, just about where I was with the last campaign, which is interesting because the last campaign, I got a huge surge at the very end. So I'm expecting something similar to happen as well. So the fact that I made it here before that surge is, at least to me, a good sign.
Sure, right. So did that surge happen because of through the Kickstarter's like organic traffic, or did you do something to make it happen?
Pre-sales do the Kickstarter organic traffic because I do not remember doing anything out of the blue. So I mean, who knows? Maybe it's like the people who saw me on one of the podcasts, finally deciding, oh yeah, there's only a day or two left. Let me back it since I was planning to sign to or what. But
yeah,
I'm just gonna assume it was just the Kickstarter algorithm.
Yeah, I also think that there are people who always like press notify at pre-launch, right? And then later on, when they haven't backed yet, then they get this notification, this reminder. Look, you still have like 24 hours or something. So that helps. Plus, I know myself, I like to go to like Kickstarter or Indiegogo and check the campaigns that are like almost ending. And then like give the last minute support, you know. So maybe that's a factor also that people do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anyway, relentlessly bullied hero #1 and #2, Shonen superhero manga. Great. So continued journey of Zeal, a hero stuck in a bonding deal with the ever-teasing villain Grimora, as he searches for other hero allies. Right. Okay. So the format of this book is manga, right? So is it like pocket sized also?
No, I say it's very much a Americanized manga. So of course it's in black and white. You know, got a lot of those manga, I guess to say, feel to it, but overall it's mostly Americanized. So the book itself is a decent length. I forgot the exact measurements. I put at the bottom of that campaign, but it's a decent size. So it's a little bit bigger than the average manga.
All right.
And then when it comes to reading, instead of right to left, it's left to right, you know, the correct way. So it's very much a Americanized manga, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Shall we check the trailer?
Yes. That would be
all right.
good.
There we go.
When the world is being devastated and the populace in danger, that is the time for heroes to come together the most. With the combined might of intertwining branches, the ultimate hilt can be created to swing the almighty sword of justice. If they're compatible to be woven.
What's going on?
Hey, Zio.
Oh.
Lily's doll spilled cereal all over. Where's the broom?
Get out! I'm busy!
Oh, you're doing another recording? Let me help.
No!
So how's the recruiting going?
Horrible. There are no truly virtuous heroes to ally with. This world really went downhill since the Star Hero's death.
If you weren't such an edgy prude, you'll stop scaring the heroes away.
For a sociable person, there are allurements. On the heels of allurement, pain. Avoid the evil companion disregarding the goal. Intent on the out-of-tune way. Wander alone like a rhinoceros.
Don't quote the Bible verse at me.
That was from one of the Buddha's sutras.
Whatever. There's a heroes conference happening soon. You can find people there.
Ran by the PYH organization? No thanks.
Come on, you're friendless anyway. What can go wrong?
Oh, that's cool.
Literally everything!
Well, at least it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a fun little adventure.
Cool.
See, that wasn't so bad.
Whatever.
That's
Stop
a different
pouting.
style.
I didn't tie you up this time.
That's not praiseworthy!
All right, let me refresh this for a moment. Hey, 73 backers. Did we start with 72?
Oh yeah.
We did, right?
Oh, wow, this big one came in. Yep.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
Woo!
Yep.
Fantastic.
My mission complete. You have a good day. I'm joking. I'm not gonna leave that soon.
Well, it's never complete. It's never complete. Try to get as many as possible, man. The more, the better. If you're Oh, your funding increased. Just check. Yeah, we just noticed. If you're in the chat and you backed, let us know. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, despite how my tone can feel.
Well, it's the last 3 days. It will start to ramp up now, right? All right. You have Relentlessly Bullied Hero. This particular issue has 3 covers.
Yes, my philosophy is always to have a low amount of covers, as I feel like that can help connect more of what the colors have to what currently going on with story. I feel like if you have too much, the covers just start blending together, and then it just comes a little bit forgettable in a sense. Because I could show like a cover of The Death of Superman, and while even the title, you can just almost immediately go, "Oh yeah, that's from The Death of Superman," because it's so iconic and just so. I'm like, okay, I don't know how many colors of it out there, but the image just instantly connects to what part of the story is being told. So that's my philosophy of having a low number.
Right. Yeah. So do you decide beforehand that you want 3 covers, or do you just have 3 ideas for covers and then you have to make them all?
Usually I just think, okay, I'm gonna have 3 covers, and from there I just think, okay, so what do I want for those covers? And usually for each covers, I try to have each cover appeal to like a different market, so that whoever looks at it can find one that appeals to them and go for it. Like cover C, I know that one appeals to like a lot of guys, especially if they like the action in the series. Cover A, I thought people who just like that their dynamic from the hero and the villain dynamic, and seeing them all just beaming to them.
Yeah.
And then I feel like that can appeal to like basically just about anyone if they like the premise. And then cover B is, of course, flashy. It has Gamora more at the full center. And I personally feel like, granted, I don't have too much data to tell right now. Usually I get better demographic data when I'm at cons, but I feel like cover B will be more popular with girls, because when I had my last con, surprisingly, the Zero cover was more popular with girls, and the Gamora cover was more popular with guys. So
right,
it's gonna depend.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? So what's your reader base like? Is that mostly girls?
No, I say it's probably mostly guys, since a lot of the appeal, mostly, at least the more superficial appeal, is mostly appealing to more masculine traits. It's a shonen, so it's very action heavy. One of the main draws is Gamora, which is a very sexy looking girl, so it goes down track a lot of guys. I say if I can give it a split, it'll probably be like 8-2. So if like every 8 guys to like 2 girls who are into it, which is a pretty good number, because like I said, when I was at the con, quite a couple of females also bought a cover, so it's not okay, it only appeals to guys.
Yeah. Well, this is one thing that manga does better than American books. Or manga like appeals to basically everyone without like forcing it, because everyone can make anything about anything. And American books are usually like very limited with genres.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I like books that I want any. Well, okay, how can I phrase like anyone can write books, even though I write typically in one style. Sure. So it's not like I just will move from the vision just to appeal to a certain person, but how I write it is something where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you can just be whatever, and then if you like it, you like it, and yeah.
Right. So this guy here, Zeal, he's the main character, one of 2 main characters, right?
Yes.
So he has like powers or magic. What is he doing here?
So that's basically his ability. It's basically we don't have an exact name for it yet. There is one of the mysteries for the series, but overall it's basically just shadow manipulation. So he'll use shadows to cover himself. He will use that like a stencil of himself and that kind of such. Gamora is more of a magic user, as he has stuff depending on what form she is, she has stuff ranging from like flight to kinesis and that kind of such.
Right. Sure. And what's the deal between them? What's the basic like setup premise? How do they meet? Or what's the deal here?
Well, basically for the setup, it's for the world in general. Recently, one of the top heroes died, so of course, and more villains are attacking. So a new generation of heroes are trying to help deal with that. Zero's one of them, and unfortunately for him, it was shown a bit in the first book, but basically he got into a accident that left him in basically an almost certainly near-death state. And so that's when Gamora comes, and then he makes a deal with her that if she saves his life, he'll basically entertain her, and that's where they are today. And by entertain her, he managed to make it so that the entertainment is more of trying to see him be a great hero, because currently he's not the best. It's not like he's completely incompetent. He's not a politician incompetent, but he's just more of like, okay, if this is a world where you need to be at least a level, 10 to truly be successful, he's currently at like level 4 or 5. So it's like, okay, he's not horrible at it. It's just that he's not where he needs to be to truly get what he wants. So as we go through the series, we start to more and more see him grow and then see if he can truly make a change in the world.
Right. So who is he? What is he working toward? Who is he fighting against?
So far, at the moment there's no like direct one-on-one. Oh, I need to defeat this guy. I guess you could say his true villain is the societal decay, as mentioned, since the top hero died. A lot more villains are attacking. Some heroes are becoming corrupt. Even citizens are becoming more apathetic. So he's more fighting that, as he's trying to make sure that the world basically just don't collapse on itself through its own apathy. Like in the first book, the main villain there, Berserker, he was basically about to blow up a bakery with bacon in it just because some French guy went to it once. And, of course, when the guy was asked him, why go through all this? His reasoning was literally, because fuck the French. Oh, wait, am I allowed to swear on here?
Sure, man.
Okay, good. But the guy's reasoning was literally just fuck the French. That's why. So it's like he's kind of trying to fight against this almost insanity of people just causing destruction or being horrible for almost no reason now.
All right. I must say I like the lettering. So people sometimes maybe don't really notice the lettering or don't give it the credit that it deserves. But I noticed the lettering. I think it really fits with what I know from manga. When I read manga style, it fits in that art style also. Plus, you don't have like usually when they translate like manga, you have like these weird like these vertical balloons, and then you have to put the text in there, right, to make it work.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow, luckily, you didn't do that. That's good.
Yeah, that really helps, since thankfully my artist is talented enough that he can do both the art and basically the lettering, so it makes it a lot easier.
Oh, that's convenient. Yeah, absolutely. So who's this lady?
So of course that's Gamora. She's in a different uniform than they are previously, because they're at basically a fancy event. Because after the first book, well, Zero was put in a position where basically he couldn't handle or solve all the ongoing issues, so he had to rely on Gamora. This would rely on Gamora that since she's a villain, she can do stuff. The only issue is that she's not very good at being a hero doing good stuff. So like, she in the first book, she stopped a bomb, but the only issue is that because she's not used to actually being a hero, she accidentally brought a child with her onto where the bomb was. So it's kind of just
right.
It makes this a lot harder. So after that, it's kind of just like, okay, yeah, I can't rely on her anymore. I'm gonna need some allies for this. And so he basically has an opportunity to go to this hero ball where he's trying to like find other heroes he can, maybe talk to and work with. The only issue is that, of course, he's a little bit edgelord, so he's not just gonna accept anyone. He's kind of have like this high standard about it, so it's not gonna be the easiest thing for him.
Right. So is she some sort of demon or from another realm of where's she from?
She's basically overall, she's more of like just a magical person. Well, she gets magic from a certain something. The source of it at the moment is hidden. There was a theory about how she got it, but she's a little bit tight-lipped about it because every woman has her secrets. So
okay,
but of course, he just calls her Devil Woman because that's basically what she is to him at the moment.
Look at this art, man. This is badass. So this lady here, she gets like chain hair or something. What's happening?
Basically, Gamora was using one of her spells on her, and so it's, as you can see, the chain kind of attached to her, and then in the other panel, you see it dragging her down.
All right, and then she has powers also.
Yes, he also has magical powers.
That's a cool pose.
Yeah, in this world, there's basically like 3 types of powers you can get. It just depends on how you get them. I kind of basic how like in Marvel and DC, there's like 13 million ways you can get powers. So in this world, it kind of like that, but they just put them in 3 categories. There's either mages, well, using magic, which you can get magic in different ways. Some people just get it like, I don't know, like how Zatanna is, where they just studied something and so on and so forth. But then they call it deviant because most people there have very active deviant genes, and that's basically like, imagine like your X-Men and such. Well, it's basically just those genes making them unlocked like supernatural powers. And then there's the Guild Heroes, which is just people who use like technologies for their powers. So like your Cyborgs, your Iron Man, and that kind of such.
Right. All right. Cool. Dr. says, I love her attire. I think he means this.
Oh, yes. Yeah, a lot of people like her attire.
Yeah.
Probably has to do with all that leg action.
Well, if you got it, flaunt it, right?
Exactly.
But basically, so Zeal, he kind of presents the fact that she's constantly with him, or that because he made this deal, basically a pact with her, and now he has to constantly entertain her, but she also is beneficial in some way to him.
Yes, it's kind of like, for the Zeals, it's kind of like that very last resort, because it's like that one friend where he has resources he can use. The only issue is that he's such a unreliable person that you'd rather not have him be your first line of help you get from them. So that's basically what he is to him.
Yeah.
Because like I mentioned, she bought a child where bomb was without even thinking about it. So
who's this guy with the black mask?
So that's one of the newer villains in this issue. And so far, their intentions are, will be more reviewed, but they are, of course, planning to make trouble at this hero conference.
All right. Oh, these are like some sort of goons or something.
Yeah, you can basically say these guys as goons.
Yeah,
like the original gooners.
Really cool. Yeah, that art's pretty sweet. So, and working with gray tones here instead of color, I think it works for this art style. It's cool. This cover is pretty sweet. This is also awesome. So when you this this sounds like fun. You have a new book out. You need to find like artists for your covers, right? Do you have some go-to artists, or do you scour the internet looking for like artists that you
I
think?
scour. I like to have like a wider range of them so that I can,
Right.
of course, expand reach, find different styles, and see what works best for a series. Of course, the first one is always, I'm gonna make it so that cover A is always done by the interior artist, since I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
And then of course for the other ones, it just kind of depends.
You got
Sometimes,
That's awesome.
yeah. So like I know even at my local comic shop, I know Street Fighter does comics sometimes. So sometimes I'll go to them and then I'll like pick up one of their like I think it's called like swimsuits edition, or like one of the ones where they have a bunch of artists contribute a page, and then I'll look through, see all the different styles, and then see which one I want. And then I'll just go to the social media, see if they're doing commissions, and then if yes, I'll just be like, oh hey, blah blah blah, doing it in the book. Can I get a cover? And of course, I'll pay them and I'll get one.
Awesome, fantastic. Yeah, I know some of these guys are really really expensive. I sometimes reach out to people and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm really sorry, I can't do that on my little indie budget.
I can totally relate. Even so, the prices I got, I'm like, yeah, thanks. I'll get back to you if I go through with it. Just
when I'm rich, I'll get back to you. Yeah, this is a double pager, or
yeah. So that's the report for duty page. It's a tier in the Kickstarter actually. Well, of course, it's like the most expensive tier for this campaign. It's only like $80, but for there you get like all the covers, a poster, and I forgot that last thing I give out. I think it was like poster and stickers, something like that. And also you get to submit a hero design that'll appear in the bonus pages, which is this right here. And it's from the interior artist, where he basically just put your characters in with the rest of the in-universe characters as they're doing stuff. And it's kind of like a thank you for the followers and fans.
So this is one of the finished pieces with like backers in there.
Yes, that was the one for the last campaign.
Oh, sure, right.
Yeah, I just put it in this that since I've done it once, I can just show people exactly what happens.
Right, and this is also in the book. This part of the story, or is it something else?
It's part of the bonus pages. The bonus pages are canon, basically, but they're not in line with the main story. So kind of like always take it as like, okay, it happens, but just off screen, so that there's no press or anything that interrupts the story beats. You get it?
I get it. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. It's very difficult to put in. I did that with one of my first campaigns, one of my first books. I had this tier that backers could basically put themselves and their pets in the book, and so. But this proved to be very challenging when we made the book, because you don't want like a tonal shift, or you want the book to, so things just didn't really fit. So it's not something that I will do again, but if you make it something like separate, then you can, it's more easy.
Yeah, that's why I just made a bonus page, so that when it comes to the main story, it's not too beholden to the campaign itself, but bonus page is just a whole different thing. And since it doesn't take that long to do, it's once they all submit it, send it to my artist, he gets it done in like a day or two, slap it in the book, and it's up to the printers.
Right. All right, some add-ons, so people can get the book. The book itself is, what did I see, 52 pages or something? What is it?
This book, it's 56 pages of the main story, and then there's gonna be like 4 or 8 bonus pages.
Did you say 48?
It's 56 pages of the main story, and the bonus pages would be 4 or 8 pages.
All right. Got it. Okay, cool. Right, and then you have like some prints that people can get. They can add this through the campaign. They can put this in their in the shipment, right?
Yes. Some of these are free if you just get the physical backing. As I made it milestones that if you hit certain amounts, all physical backers get some stuff for free. So like, I think I
then
might
this
hit on them, but like stuff like this poster will be free. That just comes with everything else.
yeah, because this is unlocked at 2000 and you hit that mark, so people get this for free with the book. Cool.
Yes.
Then you have this print, and this character is this also Grim? What's her name? Grimoire?
Yes, that's Gamora.
All right, Grimora. Right. Sorry. We have like a sketchy thing. Below is a sketch of the poster final version. Oh, this is in progress.
Yeah, that's another poster. I thought like it should be done soon, but unfortunately the artist's been going through some stuff, so it's still from the most recent update. It got the colors to it. It just need a final touch to it to get it.
All right.
Ready for it.
Yeah. Right. Excellent. Sticker pack. So these are two separate stickers.
Yeah, still be two separate stickers. When I was at the last convention I was at, one of them was just like, oh, because I had these two was actually the images I used for like a cardboard cutout for one of my conventions. And so while I was there, some of the customers just like, oh, yeah, no, you should totally make those stickers. I'll buy them. So I'm like, okay, well, fine. The stickers I'll be using.
All right. Interior pages. That's always fun to see. So this is from the current book.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
All the pages inside we saw, except for that double page spread, was all from the current book that's coming out.
All right. Excellent. All right. And people can also read along a little bit. It's cool. So you can see the art style here. Sor Corvi. Interesting design. It's like a bird made like a Frankenstein bird or something.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a Frankenstein doll bird.
All right. Okay. All right. So these characters. Yeah. So you have a world with multiple, like you have heroes with powers, villains with powers. So how do you come up with the powers? Do they have like individual abilities? How do you create that?
Usually I just think of idea I think is cool. And other stuff like themes, what I want the character to be doing, or how I can use it to affect the story and other stuff like that. Like I would mention, like in the first series, the villain was the first book, the villain they'll use like explosives, and that was mostly just to display his very destructive tendencies. Because as mentioned, just because he was relatively I guess you could say bored or find no interest in life, he will rather just be destructive than anything else. So of course he had explosives. The second one, it's kind of in the story about the power he has, or how his power reflect him. Technically speaking, in the series itself, your powers are, or the powers you get will mostly be random. It's not like, oh, okay, you just get this. It just so happens that certain people get certain powers. So I just use it as like narrative devices than in-universe reasons.
Right. Yeah, sometimes you kind of discover, like when you write, you discover, I need someone who can do this, or I need this function here, right? So you have a certain role that needs to be filled, right? I notice this when I write, and it usually fills itself. So you just know what you need, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. Great. Excellent. Let's see if you got some more backs. You have like 3 days to go. 73 backers. Guys, the link to this campaign is pinned in the chat. It's in the description of this video. Go share it with other people, because this looks great. So is issue 1 and issue 2, is it one continuous story, or are 2 like separate books that you can read separate?
It's 2 separate books. The first one is 52 pages plus 8 bonus pages. The second one is 56 pages with 8 bonus pages. So if you get both of them, there's a catch-up tier. But so if you get both of them, it's gonna be like over 100 pages of content.
Right.
If I remember correctly, it's gonna be like at the very least 120 pages of content if you get both.
Oh, great. So let's go through the tier. So you also have digital, so people can get it digitally. That's always a good.
For my other overseas people who don't want to deal with international shipping and just want to read it.
Exactly. I think everyone needs to do it. When you have a campaign, guys, we have a book. Try to offer digital editions, because sometimes people just want to support you, but it just, the shipping costs are sometimes a bit crazy. For $9, you have.
I'll be honest. Sometimes when I back a book, especially if a friend's book, and I'm kind of mad on if I really want the book or if I just want to support my friend, I'll just do digital. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can back them, give them some money, read the book, and hey, if I like it, when the second one comes out, I'll get the catch-up packet, or I'll just keep it digital in general, because sometimes you just don't feel like buying a physical book.
I have the same thing when I just want to support people. Sometimes I'm not really it's not really cool to say, but sometimes I'm not really that interested in the book, but I like the creator and I want to support their efforts, right? So then I go for digital option also. All right, then you get the digital catch-up bundle, which is a steal. Then you get the second book for just $3. This is good. Excellent.
Relatively cheap prices.
Yeah, man. Well done. So issue 2, cover A for $18. Ships anywhere. This is great. 4 items included. What are those? It's a cover, it's a bookmark, it's a digital, and it's what else?
The last one, it was a trading card that's supposed to go with it.
Oh, cool.
Although I'm probably gonna need to change that, because I just found out recently. It just so happens that the printer I use for it no longer does trading cards, so I'm probably gonna need to exchange the item for something else. But yeah.
Oh, you mean you can't really offer what this says?
Yeah, like the printer I did stop doing trading cards like very recently, so I'm gonna have to just make it go from like a trading card to like, I don't know, like a bookmark or something. Granted, it was one of those free items I give out, so it's not too big, but it's like great. Oh well, you take your hits and you run with it.
Sure. They have the Genzoman cover is $20. Cool. And cover C also $20. Who's the artist here?
That artist, his name is Crane One Art. Great guy. I saw his art once and I was just like, that's a great style. And then I think that'll fit, because that cover is based off, the movie Nobody?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it was basically based on one of those posters. So as soon as I saw his art style, I'm like, I've been meaning to make a cover based off that poster. I feel like your style will fit perfectly for it. So here we are today.
That's a cool movie also, Nobody. But the thing about that movie is it has this one legendary scene, that everyone knows, and
the bus scene.
Yeah, with the bus, and then you get to that scene, you watch the scene, and then the scene is done, and I'm basically, at that point, I'm basically done also, because because after that it gets like crazier and crazier. And so the good thing about that particular scene is that he's just this normal dude, right? And then as the movie like continues, you like figure out that his dad is also with it, and I don't know, it becomes too much for me. So that scene then's done. Anyway, the catch-up physical pack for 35 buckaroos. Great. 15 backers is great, man. So it's good to see new readers jumping on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm always happy, and I'm glad that what I did last time wasn't just a one-time fluke, that I can at least make it to just about the same amount what I got last time. And hey, with the last few days, that surge may come again.
Right. Yeah. So all the covers bundle. That's only for issue 1. It says here issue 1. What's actually issue 2, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And
so if you get it, you can get all 3 covers plus I'll throw in one of the first issues as well, so that in case anyone who's new to the series wanted to get the covers but also get the last one without having to pay too much extra, it makes it easier.
Right. That's this one, the reporting for duty that you see right here, so people can basically get themselves drawn in.
Yep.
Cool. Really cool. Right. Excellent. Let's see. Yeah, I like the art. What's your plan with this series? How many issues do you have planned, or is there no end in sight?
There is a story I'm planning to tell from beginning to end. It just kind of depends on how the series itself goes.
Right.
I always mention that I do have like multiple plans out for the series, to where I have a plan for if it ends up just being a short series, and I have another plan if it catches on enough that I can turn it into like a longer running series. So at the moment, so far I can say that this series can easily run for like another, I don't know, for like 20 or 30, maybe even 40 issues, dependingly. Or if it doesn't catch on too much,
sure,
and I'm like, oh, okay, I can only go so far with it. I can end a little bit early without it seeing worse. It can go on for like 12-ish issues and such. So it kind of just depends. I hope I can keep it going longer, as I'm kind of keeping this project as keeping this indie and with me, so that I can always do what I want with it. As as a writer, I'm making multiple projects, and then some I'm planning to take it indie, others I'm planning or submitting it to like places and publishers to see where it goes. So this is one of the ones I want to keep with me, so that among all my works, there are at least some I could always keep with me. Yeah.
Sure. Well, but it fits with the manga like vibe also, that you keep going, because these series often last for years, right? With many issues. Okay, great. Well, yeah, it looks great. It's interesting. So people, if you're watching, someone who's into manga, give them this link. Tell them about this particular book, right? This is really interesting stuff, and it's something else than what we usually see in the indie scene. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I know on Kickstarter, manga and stuff isn't too popular at the moment, so might as well start make some waves in it.
Sure. All right, excellent. Before we close this off, is there something else that you want like viewers to know, or backers, or something about the campaign or about the book?
I'd say overall, my look into the story of Relentlessly Bullied Hero, I say it's overall a story about seeing a underdog try his best to do stuff, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to, seeing issues, whether in a life or in society in general, and then wanting to do something towards it. But as much as we all dream of it, sometimes you don't have what it takes yet to do so. So as I make this, I'm always hoping that, hey, maybe one person can read this and then feel like, hey, even though today I'm not good enough for it, hopefully tomorrow or the day after, or if I keep on trying to work towards it, I can do something.
Right.
And, hopefully that can help inspire some people, as I do feel like nowadays we need things that can actually inspire people than a lot of what we get nowadays.
Right. Yeah, you're doing great, man. This sounds like your life's work. This is something you can continue to do for the rest of your life, this particular series also,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, of course, eventually I would like to move on for it, but I'm talking like, okay, maybe after like 10, 15 years, I'll move on then the next 2 years. But
yeah. Well, when it's done, it's done, but first, this story has a lot of potential. You can tell a lot of stories within this premise. So keep making these books, man. It looks fantastic. All right.
I'll do my best.
Share end the screen share. All right, that was the campaign. So guys, again, the link to all of this is in the chat. It's also in the description of this video. Go check it out or share it out. Let's get some more eyes on this campaign. All right. While we're talking about campaigns, I have something else I'd like to show, because we are still on Fund My Comic with our book, Perfect 10, issue 5. And Pau is now working on the last 3 pages. So he has 3 pages to pencil. Then it goes to the inker Thiago. And Thiago is catching up on the pages. Look at this cover, guys. So this is Fund My Comic, and the legendary Alan Goldman. He made a cover exclusively for Fund My Comic. So this is technically cover C. This campaign is also on Indiegogo. It will also be on Kickstarter, but Fund My Comic is the only place where you can get this particular cover. And once the books are printed, this part of the campaign will go down. It will be like closed, because we can't like print more books because it's exclusive, right? So get it while you can. Look at this art. This is fantastic. Alan Goldman did the art. Daniel Rodriguez did the colors, and he's the colorist of the entire book. So he's the colorist from issue 1 to now, to the future issues. Look at this interior art by Pau Rodrigues. Pau Rodrigues, he drew like the Justice League, and he drew Wolverine, and now he's drawing Perfect 10. And Perfect 10 here is, so 10 is fighting this character called Vendetta, and it's really, really cool. We have a lot of characters. Look at this. It's absolutely nuts, absolutely crazy. And there's one giant brawl going on, and there's so we've been working towards this battle for the last 4 issues. Now it's here, and I'm really looking forward to get this in your hands and find out what you think of it, guys, because I'm really proud of this book. I'm so proud of this book. It looks phenomenal. It's the story is fantastic. I love these characters so much. I have like a bunch of characters in concept stage, and many of them never make it into the books because they're just not ready, or there's something wrong, or it doesn't feel like they're so they have to be really, really ready to be used, to get introduced into this world, right? So here we have a pencil page from Pau. This is what we sent to Thiago, and Thiago applies his inks. Then we have POWERTRIP issue 2, and that book is done. I have it right here. So look, guys, this is the book. It's completely printed. I have it in my hands, and this is a anthology series. 3 different stories from the Jamie Comics universe. So it all takes place in the same world. It's done by 3 different creative teams. So we have the Shadow Lion, a Brazilian hero, like a street level hero. He takes on the underworld, but he finds out they're like enemies that are not really human, like this dude right here. So it's a cool little story. Then we have the Flying Dutchman. I wrote this one. It's drawn by POWERTRIP. Also, he's basically our Superman, right? It's Superman from the Netherlands, and just that's fun, like colorful fun. And he like tracks down this young thief, this speedster thief. So what's happening here, right? Then we have the Phenomenals, and the Phenomenals is a story about 5 metanormals, as they're called here. They don't make it through the academy to become like super cops, like superheroes in this world. They get paid to be superheroes, so they don't get through the training because of like attitude issues or whatever. But they form this group anyway, and they wanted to be heroes without the support of the government or Division M. So the art is by Gilbert Monsanto. It's written by Lee Baron Carver, who also wrote The Company Man, for instance. And you can still get a character commission. So Pow will draw any character for you, any character you want. Plus you will get the signed books, all the covers of the signed books along with it. So you will get original art sent to your home, but you will also get it like a scan, high-res scan, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can make prints, you can use it for covers, whatever. We have trading cards, we have prints, whatever. So go check it out, guys. It's a fantastic series. If you're new, we also have a catch-up tier. All right, share and then end my screen shares. That was it for my shill session right here. Hero DarkyDark, thank you so much for being my guest today, sir.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on. And hey, good luck with your stuff. It looks awesome by the looks of it.
It's completely different, but this is fun. You know, we have completely different books. We cater to different audience, so we need a lot of variety. That's the cool thing about indies, right? There's something for everyone here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. And Dr. Ryan says can't wait for the second one. I think he bought the first issue of your book, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Hey, I hope the second one impresses you as much as the first one.
What's the release date for that?
That one, it's just like getting to people's hands by January next year.
Oh, January? Oh, it's pretty soon.
Yeah, because thankfully, soon as the Kickstarter ends, of course, survey goes out, and between then, I go to another con. So by the time I get back, the survey should be back in, and I can just send it to the printer. Printer only takes about 2-3 weeks, and once that's done, they just go out to backers. So.
Okay, exciting stuff, man. Right. Thanks again, sir, and thank you so much, chat, for being here, for watching us, for supporting. Right. If you like this conversation, please give this video a like. If you didn't like the conversation, give it a dislike, and I'm very sorry. I'll be back next weekend, maybe Saturday, with the second half of my unboxing that went wrong yesterday. Hopefully then, and Sunday with a new guest, but I don't have a guest yet. So if you're watching and you have a campaign going on, or you have something with indie comics or animation or novels or whatever, reach out to me if you want. This time next week, you can be my guest, and we will talk about your work. All right. Thanks again, guys. Let's find the outro video, and then we'll say see you all next week. Bye.